Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We'll look back on how the Packers fared with our co-host Alan Lazard. We'll talk football. We'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Alan's ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to Clubhouse Live!
Hey, everybody. That's right. This is Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We're still plugging away high atop the 10th floor somewhere in a, as you heard in the intro, a secret location in the Fox Valley, the Fox Cities. What's going on, everybody? I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I'm not even going to bother asking how everybody's doing tonight, but that's okay. We've got a short week. Big game coming up on Thursday. I think Thursday, right? I think it's still going to be Thursday, but hopefully that will soothe the sting as to what went down yesterday, Sunday at Lambeau Field. More on that in a minute, if I can talk. I'm a little kind of frazzled because after a week away, the worst part of the show is now sitting more than 6 feet away from me. He's back. Unfortunately, he's back. It is Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello.
Thank
everybody.
you, Brett. I missed you guys all last week. But am I going to have my bear meal?
Well, there's the booze. I was waiting for the fan booze, but we'll give you a Bears minute after that debacle yesterday.
Let me tell you something. I don't even want the Bears minute. You want to know why I don't want the Bears minute, Brett?
What's that?
I had the unfortunate experience of watching two terrible NFC North teams back to back, the Packers and the Bears. Let me tell you something. If we could somehow combine the Packers offense and the Bears defense, we might have ourselves a competitive Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
For right now, NFC North trash. I don't even want to talk about the Bears. You have no idea how much it strains my heart to watch that team every week lose by a point or whatever, and it's just terrible to watch that offense. It's a high school offense. It's a middle school offense, Brett. Terrible to watch. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, well, obviously you just did talk about it. You exhausted your minutes, much like the Bears have finally exhausted all of their lives. I mean, I don't know how many lives they had, more than a cat. I'm going to say it anyway for the fans out there. Saints 26, Bears 23 in overtime. Bears have lost 2 straight. Offense is a mess. And by the way, even after that rotten loss to the Vikings yesterday, the Packers still remain first place in the NFC North. So I know that the virtual crowd out there is going to be cheering about that
it's like
a second.
It's like being the skinniest chubby dog, but yeah, okay.
Well, let's do this. Enough about you, enough about your Bears minute. Let's talk about the Packers because this is a Packers show. I hate to say it, Vikings 28, Packers 22. It was windy, it was cold, and it turned out to be downright miserable Sunday afternoon at Lambeau Field as the Packers fell to their arch rival, a team that entered the contest reeling, Ricardo, and with just one win on the season. Dalvin Cook, wow, if you had him in fantasy, you had a pretty good day. He and that Vikings ground attack were unstoppable. The Pro Bowl running back rushing for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns and scored again through the air, so 4 touchdowns in all. He became the first Viking with at least 200 total offensive yards and at least 4 touchdowns in a single game in team history. That's unbelievable. That's an ouch. I'll say ouch to that, Ricardo. He was also the third Vikings player in team history to score at least 4 touchdowns in a game and the first since 1979. Double ouch. Unreal game for Dalvin Cook. As for the Packers, Devontae Adams scored all 3 touchdowns, now has 7 TDs on the season, but there's no time to dwell, as I said, as the Packers have to hurry up, get ready for that Thursday showdown. Hopefully,
maybe.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but hopefully there's still a game over in California against the beat-up San Francisco 49ers. That's like a preseason squad right now. Unbelievable. So, hey, 5 remain in the wagon with 9 still lagging. I hate to do this, everybody. Mad Vince is back. He doesn't like it when his defense plays like that, Ricardo. He doesn't like you.
No.
That you're back. So
I love Lombardi, though. He's a good guy.
Mad Vince is here tonight, but Mad Vince turns into Happy Vince because we have one of our favorites, our friend, our pal, our original Clubhouse Live co-host has returned. It is former Green Bay Packers tight end and Super Bowl champ, Tom Crabtree. He's there somewhere. There he is. Wave to the camera, Puma. Yes. Everybody loves that Crabby's on. We'll get him onto the screen here in a moment. But Ricardo, virtual show still, even though, or interactive show, even though we're still virtual.
It is, and we invite your comments and questions through our live chat that we found online next to our video viewer. Our man, Jake Princeton's over there. He is monitoring the chat. He'll relay those comments and questions to me, and I'll relay them to you, Brett.
Yes, hashtag is Clubhouse. If you're a Twitter user, use it and give us a follow. I'm at PC Brettsy. He's at PC Ricardo, and Tom is at It's Crab. I got the Vikings welcome mat still on the stage because, again, we always say that's one thing that the Bears and Packers fans can always get together on, their hatred to that purple team out to the west,
agree.
right?
Oh,
So we keep it
stand
here. I'll stomp on it for everybody. But in the meantime, let's introduce our friend, shall we, Ricardo?
Yeah.
Our guest tonight, our former co-host, spent 4 seasons as a durable, rugged, and tattooed tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Our guest also had stops with the Chiefs, Buccaneers, and Saints during his career. Our guest was our original Clubhouse Live co-host all the way back now in 2012. And he used our show Karma and was all about us, Ricardo.
Yes, it
to
was.
finish that season with 8 catches, 203 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's a 25.4 yards per
Big
catch
play.
average.
Big play, Tom.
Yes. Our guest is now retired from football and lives with his wife and 2 children in sunny and oppressively humid Florida, where he catches poisonous snakes with his bare hands. Did you know that, Ricardo?
No, are there pictures of this?
I don't know. Maybe he'll show us. Our co-host claims to be the 7th best Crabtree in NFL history. We got to ask him about that. He's a Super Bowl champion, and he is now and forever the Puma. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual round of applause for our former co-host and our former favorite Green Bay Packers tight end, number 83, Tom, the Puma Crabtree.
How we doing? How we doing? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look, some of the regulars are here.
Yeah,
wow,
they
I
are.
recognize everybody. This is great. Everyone's
Tom
here.
Crabtree.
Thanks for coming back, everyone.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Good to see
Thank
you
you
again.
guys. I miss you. I
We
miss you.
We miss you.
Man,
Yes.
this is so
weird.
weird. It's virtual.
weird.
It's online, and I feel like I'm talking to myself, and my family thinks I am too.
Yeah.
I can't hear you
Well,
guys.
It is a different season.
There
We're
goes
plugging
Dad
away.
talking about the good old days again.
Yeah. You're playing loops of yourself, doing stuff, catching touchdowns, doing all that fun stuff back in the day. But a Clubhouse Live Hall of Famer, too, Ricardo, is Tom
Absolutely.
Crabtree. We should start a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, why not?
By the way, before we get started with the Puma, Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard, the Lizard, we call him the Lizard. He returns to the show next week as our co-host. We'll announce guest information later this week on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Puma, who are the 6 better Crabtrees in NFL history? That's impossible.
I still haven't found them. I've done a lot of research and come up with nothing. So I don't know. If you guys find out, let me know.
Well,
Because I'm starting to think, I'm getting punked. Ashton Kutcher's going to pop out and surprise, you're the best. There is no other Crabtree better than you. So,
well, that's on your Twitter bio. I know it's on your Twitter bio. You know what's on his Wikipedia page?
Uh-oh.
Well, at least it
Don't.
says that you're a big Ohio State fan. Now,
What?
how can a
Don't.
Miami of Ohio kid
You're
love the
doing-
Buckeyes? That's not true.
you're doing this on purpose. You're trying to get me riled up.
Yes.
And trust me, I'm riled up enough, okay?
Yes, you are.
Football, okay? State of the world,
Ooh,
state of the states.
yeah.
I'm riled up right now.
Yeah. Plus, you had a long day at
Don't
work.
call me a Buckeye. Don't
No,
call me a
no.
Buckeye.
Did you ever play them? You ever play them at the Horseshoe?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forced a fumble on Ted Ginn on a punt.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
He's terrible.
Yep. It
right
was
now
my
for-
first. It was my first live action in college. Was in the Horseshoe, and forced a fumble on Ted Ginn. No big deal. Had a big hit, knocked the guy out on kickoff. I don't know. I probably scored a few touchdowns as well. I don't remember, but it was a good game for me.
I got to cover a game in the Horseshoe, a Badger Buckeye
wow.
game. The highlight was that they had Dairy Queen Blizzards in the press box.
Whoa.
Well, I loaded up. Oreo.
Chocolate chip cookie dough, I hope.
It was Oreo.
Oreo.
With vanilla ice cream. That's what I remember about being at the Horseshoe. Other than a very scary cab ride, too. But we'll talk about that later. You know what else it says? It used to say in his Wikipedia page, Ricardo,
Yeah.
that Tom took up knitting as a way to cope after being released by the Kansas
This
City
is
Chiefs.
incredible.
That's what it said. Doesn't say
It's
that
an
anymore.
ambush. This is
It
an
is.
absolute. This is a targeted, calculated ambush here, and I won't stand for it.
Well, you know
Okay.
who we all blame? We blame Bob Becker.
Bob Becker.
It's
Bob
Ricardo.
Becker's
Oh,
No.
okay, Bob,
No.
yeah.
I like you, Tom. It's Becker.
Ban Bob hashtag.
That's
We got to
right.
get that going again. So, well, catch us all. What have you been doing down in Florida, Puma? What's keeping your days busy?
Yeah, man, I'm staying busy. Just avoiding public spaces and just trying to stay home and not let anybody near me down here. I do kind of take offense to what you said about the humidity down here right now, because
Okay.
today was a beautiful 70-degree crisp fall air day in Florida, believe it or
Nice.
not. Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
No.
Very extremely nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, you should
in
have
your
been here
face.
last week. We had snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's the weather up there? You guys probably like 60, 70, sunny?
Actually, this week is supposed to be sunny every day and in the
Shut
low
up.
60s. In the low 60s, yeah.
Shut up.
Yes. After last week having bitter cold and
Yes.
snow,
Yep.
the snow's gone.
You guys
There's a
deserve it
shot
up
of-
there.
Yeah.
There's a
Thank
shot
you,
right now, a
Rosie.
live shot of somewhere in northeast Wisconsin. We can't give away our secret virtual
that.
location. Yeah.
Bumper to bumper traffic, nobody
Mhm.
moving. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Rush hour.
Tough. Hey, when are you going to move back to Wisconsin? That's time. That's enough Florida living. Come back here. Come back to the Fox Valley. We want to cover your son, who is going to be a football
Yeah.
dynamo someday. We want to cover him in high school.
Absolutely.
When are you going to move back?
Absolutely. I think it'll time up just right. Global warming will have set in, and just eventually you guys will have kind of a similar climate to Florida. So to be warm enough, I don't have to worry about the snowy, cold winters, and I'll make my way up there. Yeah, so probably 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. By that point,
Yeah.
New York City will be underwater because glaciers will have
I
melted.
don't
Right,
care.
right, right.
As long as we're warm. I don't
Okay.
care. As long as we're warm during the winter months and I don't have to.
West
shovel
Coast
snow.
you'll have Arizona Bay. You'll have Arizona
Yeah,
Bay
exactly.
out west. It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, the world. It's coming to an end, I
It is,
think. So I don't know how many more Clubhouse Lives we have then, so we better make them all count. Hey, let's talk a little serious stuff, some football. Obviously, of course, everybody knows the big news today. Packers running back A.J. Dillon testing positive for COVID-19. Now in the, they call it the intense protocol or intensive protocol now for the NFL, but intensive protocol. But I want to know, as a former player watching this all play out, what are your thoughts on the NFL trying to grind through during a once in 100-year pandemic? What's your take as this is all going down, Puma?
Boy, I think that's a question I'm not qualified to answer. I can give some kind of opinion, I guess, because there's so much science and medical, information involved, which I don't have. I think you gotta make an attempt as long as you're finding a way to safely do it, which it seems like they have so far. I can't fault them for trying to go through with the season and put certain protocols in place, their intensive program, and if you're doing it that way, that's fine. And if you're doing it recklessly, which they haven't, and I don't think any of the other pro leagues have, if it's reckless or it's obviously not a good idea, whatever, even outside of sports, if it's some kind of activity or public thing that's just like, obviously reckless at this point in time, then I cannot get on board. But yeah.
I'm wondering, if I remember right, your wife is diabetic, correct?
Yep.
And
Correct.
you have two younger children at home, so I'm wondering if you were playing today, would you have gone ahead or would you have opted out? Would that have been a tough decision for you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm slouching too. Apologies. It would have been a tough decision. I think regardless, pre-existing conditions or who you live with or whatever, all that aside, it's a really tough decision. Even for a single guy playing the NFL, like it's still something to consider. Like, you're talking about people's lives at stake, and you got to take that into consideration. And man, I don't know. I don't know all the details of their intensive protocol, so I don't want to give like a definite answer, but it'd be hard for me to. I don't know. I'd be obviously be very torn. If they had the right protocols in place, and I felt good about it, wife felt good about it, probably play, but I don't know exactly what all those details are.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough thing that we're all going through. Still a lot of mystery to this, a lot of questions that need to be answered. Hopefully sooner than later we can kind of get back to a normal lifestyle again here sooner. Curious, some folks out there saying that NFL could maybe try to be in a bubble, players living in hotels for the season, but how do you think that would have been received, Puma? I can't imagine hanging out in a hotel for 4 or 5 months sounds like a whole lot of fun.
No, I mean at times it wouldn't be, but I think we've all got to make sacrifices and do things we don't want to do right now for the greater good. And we're talking about, and I hate to do this because I hate when people did it when I played, talking about what the players make or whatever money wise. But I mean, we're talking about these players, being put up in a hotel and taken care of, and still having jobs, and that circumstance wouldn't bother me. It would be the outside risk of my personal situation with my wife, like that would be the bigger consideration. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like I'm trying to make a point, but being stuck in a hotel 4 or 5 months and still having your job and being in a bubble and being safe and healthy, I don't think there wouldn't be any pushback from the players or the teams.
Interesting.
There shouldn't be.
Yeah. I don't know if that maybe that's something that might, Ricardo, happen in the playoffs. So maybe kind of get them all in a bubble, sort of like we see with Major League Baseball, playing the World Series in one site, that sort of thing.
I just don't know just the scale of the number of people and what goes into, keeping an NFL team running and practicing and watching film, like your camera guys, your equipment guys, your medical staff. And yeah, sure, other pro sport teams have that type of stuff and those people on their staff, but they also don't have a roster of 60, 70 guys. Right. So that ratio, it's so many people, and that's, it comes back to just the kind of being in confined spaces together. It's just science. It's common sense. The more people you have in an enclosed space or interacting with each other daily, the more chance there is, it's not a guarantee, but the greater risk, greater chance that, one person's going to have it and pass it to one more person. And then you have 100, 200 people on the staff interacting. And I don't know, it's, that would be a tall order.
Yeah.
It'd be
very
tough
tall.
in the NFL.
Doesn't seem very practical.
Yeah. It's tough with all that personnel, all that staff.
I've said from the beginning of this, and I hope to God I'm wrong, but today seeing some of the positive tests trickle in, and I said from the beginning, I think back in April, that I don't think the NFL will get through a full season. It's just they started kind of normal, a somewhat normal season, I guess. How many times I feel like I'm doing air quotes a lot tonight. They started off normal, but I just, you look, that's a long ways away in 2020 and going into 21, a few months away, January, February. I just don't know if it'll go all the way through.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I'm getting a downer too.
Yeah, that's enough for Tom Crabtree tonight, everybody. That's been fun. That was a lot of fun. No. Hey, a couple more things before we take our first break. But the good news is, so far there haven't, other than the Titans, no really serious outbreaks in a team. So let's hope and pray that we all love watching football. Let's hope that we can keep grinding through, and this will improve as the weeks and months go by. So I always say we're one day closer to this being over as we go through the days. So that's how I look at it, Puma. Glass is half full. But
that's the biggest thing too. And real quick, last thing on this. just with like the mask wearing, like wear your mask.
Yeah.
Like if in a year's time we look back and people say everybody wore their mask, but like it's already horrible because so many people have died. But if we look back and we're like, well, we overreacted. If at any point we think we overreacted in this, then we did the right thing. Overreacting means you followed protocols and you protected people. That's what it's going to look like. So that's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Good advice.
Obviously, yep. Wear your mask. That's what's been being preached for quite some time. Rosie, let's liven it up. Let's have a little fun at Ricardo's expense, and let's relive, let's reminisce the Pumas' most famous touchdown of his career. There it is. Yes.
Ricardo, look at it. Soak it in, Ricardo.
How about another one of the Lambeau leap after scoring that touchdown on the fake field goal, 27 yards? Yes. How about a round of applause, everybody? Everybody loves to see the Bears go down.
Love it.
Ricardo?
It's good stuff right there.
It was if I remember right, that was a very close game. It was a great play, great call. What can you do? I mean, Crabtree made a great play. Close. I gave you kudos then, Tom. I give you kudos now. That was a great play.
I know.
It's got to feel good that
Thank you, Ricardo.
You know that you left your mark, though, and will always have a touchdown that many fans will remember, which isn't easy given the long and storied tradition of the Green Bay Packers. You left your mark, Puma. Everybody remembers that moment.
Thank you.
Well, I actually like the touchdown
cool.
against Arizona Cardinals where he went 80 yards or something.
72 yards.
72 yards. He was looking back and forth.
I have it memorized.
We'll round up.
I remember that one.
We'll round up.
It was 99 yards,
80.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a timeout. Let's do our stat pack.
But before Ricardo chimed in real quick, I was just going to say it's cool that play, like being 6 years out of the league now, I'm more and more like embracing it, and like I'd probably post a picture of it on Instagram like bi-weekly, like, and it gets repetitive, sure, but it's kind of a fun thing, and I hope it makes people smile. I always get comments like, that was my first game and like you made it so memorable, and yeah, it was really awesome. So I'm embracing it in my old age.
Embracing it, yes. Well, we'll talk about his old age later in the show. A little tease there.
What?
Hey, tonight's stat pack, first time out of the show. The Packers' loss on Sunday was their first against an NFC North opponent under head coach Matt LaFleur. They had won their first 8 division games with LaFleur at the helm prior to Sunday's setback. Also, the Packers have yet to drop back-to-back games under LaFleur, so perhaps that's a good omen for Thursday's contest against San Francisco. And we're going to keep calling it Thursday's contest until the NFL says otherwise. So, all right, more with the Puma, Tom Crabtree, coming to you live from Florida. Beautiful, sunny Florida, 70 degrees.
Nice temperature, Florida. No humidity today.
Yeah, but there's lots of dangerous spiders and snakes and lizards and alligators. I don't like that.
Yeah, so by the way, Brett, your intro, that might have been one of your better ones, and you've done some good ones for me. That was a great intro.
Thank you.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You mentioned he probably has pictures of, not poisonous, Ricardo, venomous. You were wrong.
Venomous.
Okay. Of venomous snakes. Took a walk with my kids the other day. Check this out. And I don't know how it'll come across on, live. This
Virtual.
is my daughter. Here we go. Can you guys see that at all? Oh, no, it's super bright.
A little bright.
Check that out.
Oh, there we go. What is that?
That's my daughter pointing at a dead. Now, that's the key. It was a dead coral snake.
Ooh.
Venomous coral snake. Yes.
Where was that?
Yes. In my neighborhood, on the street.
Oh, whoa.
Somebody ran it over when they were driving through. It was run over by a car. Yeah. And we found it. And yeah. So they're everywhere. Yeah, that's all.
So you're not saying you would have allowed your daughter to get that close and point to a live venomous coral snake? You wouldn't have done that.
No, not a chance.
Now,
not a chance.
Now, if I remember where Tom lives, I'm not going to say where, but if I remember where he lives, that area is probably more prone to snakes.
That's a Tampa area, right?
Hey, we can't give out
yeah. So No, I don't care. I live in Ocala, which is
Ocala,
like an hour south of Gainesville, and then so when you hop off I-75, you make a right, and then my house. No, I'm kidding.
What's the address?
My address is, I'll give it out. I don't care. Somebody want to show up here?
And
You
your
wanna show
social
up?
security number too, please. Yes.
But anyways, I'm about an hour south of University of Florida, Gainesville, Central Florida. So yeah, it's it's a lot of woods, thick pine like forests, not what you would expect from Florida. A lot of wildlife, a lot of creepy wildlife.
It's definitely, the geography is different because when I drive down to see my family in Tampa, I go through Ocala, or I go through like the highway that goes past it. It definitely is different than other parts of Florida.
Tom, come back to Wisconsin. They just have squirrels here.
Yes.
Squirrels and chipmunks. That's it.
You guys have timber rattlers, rattlesnakes.
Yes, that's true.
They're not dangerous, are they?
I don't think they're venomous, though, are they?
Nah, I don't think so. Come on, we have winters
What?
here. No.
A rat?
I've wrestled with those. I once
It's a
wrestled
type of rattlesnake.
I wrestled a
Ricardo.
30-foot timber rattler one time, and I beat it.
Yeah, easy, Paul Bunyan.
Yes. Hey, let's talk some football, Tom. Let's talk some football. Now, obviously, we watched that lousy game yesterday for the Packers fans, right? The loss to Minnesota Vikings. So, Aaron Rodgers, I have it right here, said afterwards that he thought the juice, I'll use the air quotes now. Where are we here? Juice. The juice or the energy wasn't where it needed to be for the team. So I'm wondering, from your NFL experiences, who's responsible for generating the juice to play in a game? Is it the player or is it the coach?
That's a tough one, and I think if I could give you a straight answer, then you wouldn't see as many teams lose the juice. They would know the answer, and they would fix it. They wouldn't let it happen. So I think it's just a combination of, I mean, we're all human. Like our energies are different. Like we're all in different moods at different times of the day. Like whatever it is, like things happen, and I don't know. Sometimes you don't bounce back from it, or you have a lousy day and it doesn't pick back up. And so I think it's just a combination of the coaching staff and the players just not making the plays, things not quite working out the way you planned.
By the way, before we get back to our conversation, we do have an online question. Somebody wants to know, as you can see behind Tom, a cheesehead. Looks like a signed cheesehead.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know the significance of your cheesehead.
That is from this show.
Oh,
That's from Clubhouse.
it is.
My host, yeah. Wait, did you guys not know that? I thought this was like a fake, like setup type of deal.
No.
yeah.
But Tom, tell us about that very generous and awesome cheesehead gift behind you.
I wish I knew.
Sponsored by Clubhouse. So that was when after I kind of announced that I was going to Tampa and kind of left town. That was one of my parting gifts amongst many others that you guys spoiled me with. So yeah, and it was signed by a bunch of regulars at the show and some really positive messages on there. So
Cool.
It's really important to me. So I hang it up. It's a nice little reminder. Puts a smile on my face.
Why didn't I sign it? I should have been asked to sign that thing, Ricardo.
Oh.
Oh, there we are. That's Halloween night in 2012.
Oh no.
Yeah. More on that. Be quiet. Rosie, got to get that picture off.
Wow, I look really good.
Yeah.
I think I still have that Slayer shirt too.
That has something to do with our Clubhouse Live challenge later on in the show. So we'll get back to that. Oh, by the way, Ricardo, you have an online
Yeah, I have a question
too?
Jake Princeton sent me a question from the Facebook fans over there. Adam Rosenberg, what do you miss about playing in the NFL? What do you miss most?
For me, for the most part, it's the off the field stuff with my teammates and friends. That's stuff you can't really kind of replicate, or duplicate. I don't know what the word, same word, maybe. You can't kind of get that feeling or that camaraderie, that environment or culture like anywhere else when you're done playing football. So that's what I miss the most. And that's why I try every now and then as much as I can to make fun of Aaron on Twitter. Because, it gives me a little sliver of that, that feeling.
Good question. Great answer.
question,
yeah. You hear other players say that too, just that camaraderie, the locker room stuff, all the jokes. Let's get back to that energy question, though, Puma. How tough would it be from your, again, vantage point experience playing games without fans? I mean, fans generate that energy a lot of times, right?
Yeah, I was talking with my buddy David about that yesterday. We were watching the game and actually outdoors, so we don't get any lashback here. We're outdoors and distanced.
Yes.
We were watching the game together, and he brought that up as well and asked me, and I said it would be weird, and it seems to me, I could be wrong, they vary it from stadium to stadium. So the sounds are kind of different, or like the vibe is different. So I know the Packers, it seems like they're doing a good job of like incorporating like somewhat genuine like crowd reactions to the situation on the field. Whereas like other stadiums I've seen are like a dull, like white crowd noise the whole time. And that would be really weird. So you cannot, there's nothing you can do as hard as you might try to duplicate, there's that word again, to duplicate a genuine like Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers game, that crowd, that experience. So no matter what they do, it's gonna be weird. It's not gonna be as good.
Well, let's talk a little bit about those 5-2 Packers. I'm sure you've been able to catch a lot of their games, if not all of them. I guess, Puma, what do you like about this squad, and what are some of your concerns about this squad as they kind of get ready for the second half of the season here shortly?
Okay, so up front here, disclaimer. We've talked about how I live in Florida, right? I don't have DirecTV Sunday Ticket. Okay.
Oh, I thought you did. So you haven't been able to watch as much.
Not as much as I would like.
Okay.
But yeah, I did watch the game yesterday. I think I probably missed 2 games this season, something like that. I find a way. But my biggest takeaways are I'm still, going back 10 years ago, even our Super Bowl season, biggest question mark is always like the defense for some reason. And not for some reason. I think the reason is the guy at quarterback on offense. So your question mark is always the defense. They seem to, I hate it, like find a way to kind of let you down. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Like the intensity or something wasn't there. Like you talked about the juice yesterday. Hopefully that doesn't become a trend or a pattern. My biggest concern is the defense, and obviously the biggest positives, Big Bob on offense. Bob Tunyon. Like Funyon. Yes. What a guy. I've been a fan of his, probably going back. What year is this for him? 4, 3?
Oh boy, I don't know. Well, we had him on the show earlier. We've had him on twice, but we had him on virtually. I can't remember if this is 3 or 4.
You're not prepared? You didn't do your research?
We have Jake. Jake's looking it up, aren't you, Jake?
Jake, our crack statistician, is going to check things out for us. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4. I want to say 4.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Sounds about right. So I was a fan of his from, day one 4 years ago, okay? That's how in tune I am with the tight ends. I know a legend. I know a fellow Puma when I see one.
Yeah.
And I love that guy, man. And he made some awesome plays yesterday.
Yeah, that one nice kind of the over the shoulder grab. Actually, Jake says year three for Robert Tunyon. Bobby. Not Tunyon. Yeah, it's Tunyon.
And he didn't tell us on the show either.
He didn't tell us that twice we had him on, and he didn't tell us to correct. Yeah. He just went with it till finally he got sick of it.
Just too nice. Yeah, just too
Way
nice.
too nice.
What a guy.
Here's a question. As you watched yesterday, and you've seen most of the games this season, with the defense, and again, stopping the run, that's been problematic now, it seems like for a while. But Dalvin Cook, 163 yards. I mean, even LaFleur said they knew what was coming, that the Vikings were going to really lean heavily on Dalvin Cook yesterday, especially with how windy it was, just gusting to 40 mile per hour. But, Tom, the run defense, is it technique? Is it the scheme? Is it the players? What's your take? What's going on there?
So here's my question and concern. Like, it almost feels like a similar situation to what they ran into against San Francisco at the end of last season. Like, and I don't know, it feels like he could have said the same thing then. Like, we knew what they were going to do, and they still couldn't stop them. So that's concerning. Like, that makes me think it's a combination of everything. Like, the system you have in place, like the way you're coaching it, the technique, the scheme, and then maybe the guys you have in place. I'm not as concerned about athleticism or the players they have on defense as I am just maybe the scheme. I don't know. I would lean that way.
Yeah, interesting.
Well,
Go ahead, Ricardo.
Well, Dalvin, he is a special player. Let's
Yes.
also consider that he has a gear that most running backs
Yes.
don't have. Definitely.
Oh,
But
unreal.
when that was clearly what they were
True.
trying to do,
True.
you should be able to stymie that at some point.
You definitely want with Minnesota to have Kirk Cousins beat you.
Especially in the wind.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially in the wind.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's concerning to hear him say, and I love LaFleur. I think he's done 99% of everything he's done so far in his first couple seasons. You know, he's done it the right way, on and off the field. But that's concerning when he says something like, you know, we knew what they were going to do and we couldn't stop them. And then you look back to San Francisco last year. So we'll see. Hopefully they learn and get better going forward.
Tackling is an issue for that defense. Hey, you were a special teams guy back in the day as well. You had to make some tackles. You were credited with some special team stops, so you know what it takes to bring a guy down. Is tackling technique or attitude? How do you improve tackling?
It's both. It's both. You got to want to hit someone and want to bring them down no matter what, no matter how. Like, sometimes your technique isn't always perfect when you're tackling or wrapping a guy up. But you fight and scratch and claw. You get them with your fingertips by their jersey or whatever it is, and you might have a couple broken fingers at the end of the game, you know. But so it's both. You got to want to tackle them bad enough that, like, you know, you don't care. You don't care about technique necessarily. It's kind of a mentality. You got to be a maniac.
You mentioned
like Brett.
Yeah. Well, clearly I'm a maniac. I'm a physical specimen.
He
I would
is.
have no problem tackling an NFL player.
You're an
None
Adonis.
whatsoever. No, especially as I age. You mentioned breaking a
You could
finger.
probably tackle an NFL punter.
I could probably
Maybe a
tackle.
kicker punter?
I could tackle Aaron Jones. I told him that last year.
You do.
I could bring him down.
You do. Again, like I say, you have the amazing physique of an aging pro golfer.
Yes. Look at me. I haven't aged a bit in like 2 days. It's incredible. Listen, though, you said breaking your finger, or in Riley Lott's case, you just remove it during the
Yeah,
game.
you just chip
You
it
just
right-
chop it off.
That's right.
And keep playing football. That's
That's
all about
it.
attitude.
That's it right there.
It's all about
That's
attitude.
the attitude right there. Yep.
That's what I would do. I would remove my arm and still play.
You have quite the imagination,
Yikes.
Brad. Let's get back to the
Don't
questions,
do
my
that.
friend.
Let's get back to something a little bit more jovial, shall we?
Okay.
Let's take the time machine back 10 years, Puma. 2010.
Ooh.
Super
I
Bowl
know where we're
45, the championship season. Can you believe it's been 10 years already?
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, think about 10 years. So the Super Bowl was February 2011. Think about November. What was our team like? We were left for dead by
Yeah.
November of 2010. Nobody was giving us a shot. Like, and then you see it just goes. Yeah, so it goes to show you, and we need some outside help there at the end of the season to even make the playoffs. Like, what a whirlwind season! And it's, I got, if you don't mind, I got a little.
There you go.
Got some memorabilia here.
Yes,
This is actually
look at that.
the helmet I wore in the game.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. That sticker right there. That's it. This is the
That's
one.
great.
That's it.
I
on.
would put it on, but yeah, my head has grown exponentially in 10 years. My head is twice as big now. But yeah, it's really crazy. And it's unfortunate because I think they had some plans for
gonna
this
ask
season to honor that team. Step ahead of you as always, Brett.
Always.
I think they had some plans to honor that team at some point this season, and doesn't look like we're going to get to do that, at least not in person.
Well, hopefully
Maybe next year.
season it'd still be 2021.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
just
fall.
you just delay it a year and bring the guys back and celebrate that great run. You're right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll celebrate the 13 or 14 year anniversary. I don't care.
Just
Either
We're
way,
gonna
he has
celebrate
to
this
come
thing
back
at some
and
point.
visit us, right?
Yeah, you would come back to the show at least if you're going to come back in town as well.
100%.
Yeah, once we get back to the clubhouse in
That's right,
downtown
that's true.
Appleton and do this how we're used to doing it. But you're right, Tom. 8-6, then you beat the Giants and the Bears, and then went on your run. And I guess that's a good reminder to fans even today. Just get in, even home field advantage, especially this year when fans are limited to partial attendance to no attendance. Just get in the playoffs and anything can happen, as we could see. You could catch fire at the right time.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think, hasn't there been kind of a trend for lower seeded teams to have some success and ultimately win the whole thing, within the last 10, 15 years? You're exactly right. It goes to show you that home field's not always or the number one seed, the bye week is not always what it's made up to be. It's not the advantage that people think it is, but for some reason as players, you don't care about that noise and like the history that shows you don't have to be a one seed. You want that bye week. It's nice.
Absolutely. What were the characteristics, Tom, that made that team so special as you look back on it 10 years from now? Or 10 years ago, I should say.
Yeah, probably the thing I always point to is just our ability as a team, whether it was the players or coaching staff, to adapt and adjust on the fly to, whatever was thrown at us. We had a ton of injuries that season. Like I said, we needed at one point very season outside help from other teams to win some of their games. It was out of our control, but we always stayed focused, stayed positive. And some guys that normally wouldn't have played a whole lot, they stepped up in basically starting roles because of injuries and made plays, even up into the Super Bowl. Like there were some of those guys that stepped up and made plays in that game as well.
I was going to ask, what was it like as you're running out of the tunnel in Arlington at Jerry World, right? Super Bowl, everybody's ready for it to start. You're going to do all your pomp and circumstance with all that stuff. But as you're trotting onto the field, the crowd's cheering. Man, that's got to be a rush. That's just got. I'm sure that's a moment that you will never forget.
Yeah, it really is. And the best part about it was the smell of the food. As you're literally like all these football players are running through like people sitting in a restaurant. It was the weirdest thing. I remember thinking that there's all these people like sitting there. It's almost like a restaurant style. It's a weird stadium. It's, I guess, modern. But yeah, it was kind of weird seeing people like sit and eat their food and all that. But then I do remember being so like not starstruck, but caught up in the moment on the opening kickoff. I was super late. We kicked it off and I was super late getting off the ball. I was like noticeably, I think like 3 or 4 yards behind the rest of our guys going down the field, covering the kickoff. And luckily it didn't come back to bite us.
Just taking it all in. It's hard not to. I mean, you're a human being. You're just a normal guy who happens to play football. What was that moment like then when you knew it was that you had it? That it was over, that's just still got to be just a surreal moment.
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of like are we sure there's not more plays left, more time left? Like this you can't even comprehend that it's actually coming to an end or that it's ended like in the moment. And then there was kind of like an awkward moment, like you got to find someone to go celebrate with, and I don't remember exactly who. I think there's a USA Today, might be the one hanging up on my wall if you can see it, of me running up hugging Aaron. But yeah, there is that awkward moment of like I got to go celebrate with somebody, and that's what you do.
Yeah, Rosie, put up a couple of those Super Bowl pictures that we have of Tom. I think of hugging Aaron Rodgers. There's one there, and I think there's one of him holding up his then young son, Bryce. I don't know if
Yep,
Rosie's got
Bryce.
those ready to queue up, but there he is. Yeah,
yeah, there he
that's a
is.
good picture.
There he is. That's the
Yep.
picture directly behind me.
Yeah, and then
There's Bryce.
Rosie, do you have the one of Tom and Aaron together after the game? Not right now. So we don't a technical difficulty there, but we'll get it there in a moment. But my last question about the Super Bowl: do you have that play of you absolutely ripping and twisting Lawrence Timmons, the inside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, driving him into the turf on that James Starks runs? Do you have that just playing on a continuous loop in your man cave over and over? It's like a continuous flame. Never goes out. That loop just keeps going over and over. It's got to be in your man cave somewhere.
How awesome would it be? Like, how blown away would you just end the show if, like, it all of a sudden when you said that, a projector popped up behind me and it just started running that play on a loop?
That would be awesome.
I might do that now.
You should do that.
But even like we were talking about the Bears play, the fake field goal earlier, and how I'm embracing it. Like every little thing like that. Like, people talk about that was so awesome. Like when you threw Timmons and so yeah. If you want to hit me up on Twitter and give me a shout out for that, I'll probably retweet you. You know, it boosts my ego. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's all about social media likes and all that good stuff.
It is.
All right, great conversation. Hey, there is the picture of the Puma hugging Aaron Rodgers after that Super Bowl victory. Yes, hard to believe. 10 years. 10 years just flies by.
And look at him hugging me right back. You know,
yeah,
friends.
He's paying attention to you. Yeah, he's
Just
like, get away from me.
Yeah, best friends. Love it.
Yeah, you should send him that picture on social media tonight. So, hey, how about a virtual round of applause for the Puma here? Great segments, catching up and reminiscing with our original co-host. But now, guys, we need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Let's hear the music, guys. That echo is going to kill me all season long with this virtual echo. I can't talk anymore because Puma, there's an echo going on between the live stream studio and what I'm hearing live. So what I'm doing basically is quite remarkable. Trying to talk. Incredibly remarkable.
Bro, I am the same way. No. I'm the same way about my audio, like on these video calls, whether it's this or like whatever. Man, if I get anything weird, like an echo or like something, I'm distracted. I'm like I don't know. I don't even know what I am, but I'm right there with you, Brett.
Yes, it's difficult. It's difficult, but I'm a gamer. I'm tough. I can handle this this adversity of the Clubhouse Live season. But hey, we're gonna play a game, Puma, that we call Six Pack. Okay, this is a rapid fire game in which you have 60 seconds to correctly answer 6 questions about a specific topic, usually the Green Bay Packers related. Six pack, after all. If you do so, you win the game and a very cool prize for tonight's contestant, who I'll introduce in a moment. But if you don't, our contestant has to go to dinner with Ricardo once COVID-19 is all over with. So that's a bad
dinner.
prize.
That's not what it says on the script.
Well, I thought I would change it up a little bit.
It's too bad.
Well, I had that one before.
Okay.
If at any point you're stuck on a question, Puma, you can pass and we'll come back to it. Ricardo will keep track of the time. 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
And the time will not start, Tom, until I completely answer the first question. So six questions,
Got it.
60 seconds. Now, your playing partner tonight, your virtual playing partner, as you take a sip of a nice ice-cold beverage, Tony Lawler. So, Tom, why don't you say hi to Tony tonight?
Hello, Tony, you there? Are you
He's
with
not
us?
there. He's just watching. He's watching from his home.
What the heck?
Yeah, he's not
He's
here
not live
with us, but just say hi to Tony anyway. He's
You
watching.
couldn't get the guy on the phone?
No.
Nope.
He's watching. He's watching live from Wanakee,
I bet I could get
Wisconsin.
him on. I bet I could get him on the phone. Wanakee. What?
Yeah, by Madison.
That's the shirt I'm wearing. No lie. Wanakee
Really?
Fire Department.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
it's crazy.
What is the
That
odds
is
of that?
freaky weird.
Okay, let's
Really
just
weird.
get this going because I'm getting freaked out.
That is strange. He is from Wanakee.
Yeah, look.
Do it again. Yeah, show us, Tom.
You see it?
Yes.
No. To your right a little bit.
There we
I
go.
see
No,
it,
we got the
yeah.
full screen. Yeah, Wanakee. This is meant to be.
Oh, my
And Halloween
goodness.
was 2 days ago, and it's still carrying over.
You guys are
Freaky
you
stuff.
guys are cahoots
2020.
together.
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird. Tom and I have always had a connection,
Insane.
Oh,
and it
boy.
continues on today, even in a virtual setting. Hey, by the way, Tom, if you're successful, Tony goes home with Aaron Rodgers,
Look at that.
blanket. He gets to cuddle up with a quarterback.
Wow.
Yes, in this cold winter that's soon to hit us. So no pressure. Tony wants to
Lot of
sleep with Aaron Rodgers here at some
Easy,
point, or
family
cuddle
show.
up with him. And let's do this. No, I'm just kidding. That's
Okay.
a nice prize. We got a whole bunch of those real nice blankets with Aaron Rodgers on them. They're pretty cool. So here we go. Wait till I completely answer. Oh, the category, Tom, is Clubhouse Live, your historic 2012 season.
Yes.
How well do you know Clubhouse Live, your historic 2012 season? That's the game of six-pack.
Now
Here we go.
Now I won't push it until you finish. Okay.
Question number 1, and you got to answer fast. You once wore a shirt to the show that said, "Pugs, not what?"
Drugs.
Yes. Number 2, this fellow tight end was your first guest on the show. Hint, he wore number 82.
Ryan Taylor.
Yes.
Oh.
One of your Clubhouse guys guests that season, he was credited with being the passer on your 27-yard touchdown on the fake field goal attempt against the Bears. He was credited with being the passer. Who was it?
Yep. Tim Mastay.
Yes. Number 4, who did I dress as during our Halloween show that season? Hint, I had a fake tattoo sleeves, a Foo Fighters shirt, and a long-haired wig.
Oh, shoot. Who was that guy? He was really awesome. Tom Crabtree.
Yes.
The Puma.
Number 5, what hairy agreement did you make with Aaron Rodgers to get him to agree to be a guest on our show? Mustache. That works. Number
Yes.
6, what charity
Grow my
benefited
mustache, yep.
from
Oh,
Rodgers'
go ahead, hurry.
appearance on the show? What charity benefited?
KDRF.
Yes,
Yes,
Ricardo.
he did
it.
Got it.
It was
with
under,
2
yes.
seconds to spare. How about some championship music? Because Tony Lawler from Wanakee is going home with this very cool Aaron Rodgers blanket. He gets to cuddle up with the quarterback. All right, how about that? And he gets
love
the
it.
bell and some championship music tonight. Yes, very good,
Wow.
Krabby, very good.
Enjoy that.
You
Enjoy
remember
that,
Clubhouse Live, the
Now,
historic
what was his
That
2012
mustache
season.
was
Timmy?
not hideous. It was
Timmy?
epic.
What was that, Ricardo?
So the mustache was not hideous. It was epic.
Well, can we put a picture of Tom Crabtree? We got a,
No.
a picture of him back then with that mustache. Show it. There it
Wow.
is. Yes. Wow.
I thought it was.
Look at that thing.
Wow.
That thing was great.
I thought it was thicker though. Like I was picturing it in my mind, like it was better than that right there.
How about some more pictures? Show them there, Rosie. How about the Halloween one? There I'm dressed as Tom Crabtree
Yes.
right there. Look at that.
Looking good.
Brilliant. How about of you and Aaron Rodgers
There you
on
go.
our very
Look at that.
famous show?
He's thinking what? He's sitting, he's smiling, thinking, "What the hell am I doing here?"
And there's you and Bryce wearing the
Oh, there's
83
Bryce.
jersey. And how about, yes,
He just
you and
popped
Mean Gene.
Bryce just popped his head in my room. Mean Gene.
Yes.
How you doing, Mean Gene?
Mean
Gene out
Gene.
there?
No, he apparently, I don't know if he's still hospitalized with COVID-19, but he has been in the hospital
Oh man.
battling COVID. So we're all thinking and praying
All right.
about
Wish you the best, Mean Gene.
Mean Gene, yes. So I think hopefully he's going to be okay. There's you in the Super Bowl and answering
Look at
questions.
that.
All good stuff. Look at your hair there.
Yikes.
So a trip down
Yeesh.
memory lane. Definitely. That's good stuff. Hey, real quick story about Aaron Rodgers being on. He's been on twice with you, and then 2 years later with the General, John Kuhn.
Yeah.
But with you
Mm-hmm.
in 2012, I'll never forget when he came onto the stage, somebody inadvertently pulled the plug to our audio system. So it's like it was perfect timing. He came onto the stage, the clubhouse was going bananas, and we thought somebody blew a fuse. Well, somebody had pulled a plug, and he leaned to you, and he looked at you, and I could hear him. He said, "I thought this was a reputable show." Yeah,
You did. That's
started
actually
sweating.
a true story.
yeah.
And how could you
Yeah.
forget? That was a
You,
show.
Me.
That was a show that he also punched me in the left cheek.
Yes, quit talking about that.
He did in my
After-
buttock.
After he signed the mural behind the bar, he came and punched Ricardo in the derriere, and
He
he's
did.
worn that
Good.
as a
I'm
badge
just-
of honor
deserve
ever
it.
since.
I'm just happy he didn't break his
Deserve it,
hand.
Ricardo.
His wrist.
No, when Aaron told you that, and I could hear him, I was freaking out. I was sweating. I was thought QB1
Brett,
hates us. He hates us.
And I know that would do that to you because you're awesome and you care about what you do and you're very serious and you're awesome at what you do. And I know
Thank you.
that in that moment that That made your skin crawl. That put you were sweating a little bit. The rest of the show, you sat up a little more straight.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, somebody fix the audio fast, please. But thankfully he was agreeable to come on. But he hasn't come on since, so I guess that's it. I don't know. Maybe we can get him on at some point.
No, you said Kuhn. He came on with Kuhn.
Yeah, but not since John. Not since John in 2014.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's been 6 years, so I don't think he does shows that much anymore. He's doing the Pat McAfee radio show or the online show.
Yeah,
podcast.
It seems like he's usually more of a he does like one show throughout the year, like some kind of deal with whoever. I know he had the show with Wilde, Jason Wilde for a while. And I really enjoyed the show he's doing with Pat. It's really good. If nobody's checked it out, it's really good.
Yeah, very good stuff. He's very candid in that for sure. So a little bit more before we wrap it up. You talk about 10 years flying by, but how about an hour? I can't believe we've been at this for almost an hour. Are you still involved with JDRF?
So yeah, since I stopped playing, I've been back to there and kind of helped out with raising money and doing their annual gala there that they do, and they have awesome auction. They auction off a bunch of really cool items, and it used to be like some of them were vacations and cruises. But yeah, I still try to stay involved as best I can, and it's still important to me. My wife has type 1 diabetes, so it's something we pay attention to and care about and donate when we can and give our time.
Very good. I know the folks there truly appreciate it, and it was so great to raise money that night back in 2012 when Aaron Rodgers was on the show. You're in the Florida area, not too far from Tampa. Quickly, what is the scuttle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Is everybody down there just pumped? They think that the Buccaneers are the team to beat in the NFC with the forever young Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, so there's kind of there's just this vibe kind of in this area in Florida where you had, who was it? The Lightning won the Stanley Cup, right? Mm-hmm. The Rays just fell short in the World Series. And then now you got the Bucks looking pretty darn good. And so there's a little chatter. And even for myself, when I see that Bucks team, like that defense, even before they played the Packers, that defense is, I could tell you, good enough to carry them as far as they want to go. Like it's a scary team as far as just the weapons they have offensively as well. Like they're a damn good team. Watch out. They'll be there towards the end of the year. I don't know what'll happen, but they'll be there.
Defense always carries teams, Ricardo, right? Boy, that was a tough defense.
Bears beat them. Bears beat them.
Easy. We don't care about the Bears. This is a Packers show. Hey, last thing. I don't know if folks out there realize, but in 2 days, Tom Crabtree's celebrating a birthday.
Yeah,
he's celebrating a birthday.
I am?
Birthday number 35.
I'll be
you are getting old.
Yep. What?
Let's hear it. Let's go. Here we go.
Wait, we have the rights to this?
Anybody can do it. This is our happy birthday to you, Puma.
23 years young.
You guys gonna sing it or no?
No.
Actually sing it. You have to sing
we don't want the ratings to go down.
Rosie's my boy. Start it over from the top, Rosie.
Oh no. Back there. We're not no singing.
Rosie.
No singing.
Rosie's going no.
Wrap it up.
He's telling us to wrap it up. But happy birthday, happy early birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
35. Man, I think we had a
November 4th.
barbershop quartet serenaded you
Yes.
during the show when we wished you happy birthday back in 2012. Remember that?
Pretty cool quartet. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we're not doing that tonight. Not in the era of social distancing. But the music will have to do.
That was awesome.
But happy birthday. 35.
Thank
hey,
you.
Tom Brady's 43. Aaron Rodgers is going to be 37 a month from today. You could make a comeback, Puma.
Throw the pads
you
on.
could make a comeback.
I mean, you guys are looking at me, right? Like, you know.
Yeah. I can see that.
Where'd I go? That way?
See? They're still there. Look at those things. He could still play.
There you go. Throw him on the field.
Slim down. Maybe you could play a little wide receiver.
All that Taco Bell I've been eating.
Yeah.
Could you could still go out there and put in a few plays in the NFL game, couldn't you?
Like, I could give you like a couple scenarios where I could probably survive and like like get away with being on the field and not be actively involved with the play. But like if you're talking about you want me to go out there and like block Zadarius Smith or something, no.
That's over.
I get broken in half 6 different times, and I'm just in pieces by the end of the play. No chance.
He's honest.
Yeah,
He's honest.
NFL's tough business.
I am.
He's transitioned to the real world. So, hey, how about a virtual round of applause for the Puma tonight?
Yeah.
Let's hear it for him, everybody. Yeah. All right, first let's go up north with Mark Olenichik Realty, Ricardo. If you are buying or selling real estate in Northeast Wisconsin, contact the licensed professional realtors at Mark Olenichik Realty. Call 920-432-1007 or visit olej.com. This is where Ricardo and I predict the upcoming Packers game, Thursday night, Levi Stadium, Packers 49ers. Ricardo, what you picking?
That's a decimated team, Brett. I'm talking about the 49ers. But, man, the way the Packers look against the Vikings, I got to go with the 49ers.
Ooh, wow. Maybe some boos out there at the virtual audience tonight. Wow. Unbelievable.
That's right. Well, I know what you're going to do, Brett.
Hey, I'm finally doing it again. You know it. I put the victory visor on, which has got a fantastic record under the Matt LaFleur era. It's going on my head, and Puma's nodding his head. 28-24. 28-24, the Packers. He's putting on his Super Bowl helmet. Yes, that's round of applause worthy, too. There, it still fits. Looking
I got to be
good.
careful. I got the AirPods in. This is 2020. Technology's come a long way in 10 years, but I'm putting the Packers helmet on. Packers
Don't
win,
damage
baby.
the iPod, the headphones or whatever.
I just hope that later tonight he can actually get it off of his head. It's not actually stuck. We had the fire department stop by.
Here we go. See?
Ouch. Ooh. There we go. He's okay. Hey, guys, the Niners are decimated. Now Garoppolo's going to be out for an extended time. Kittle's season might be over, they're saying. He has a broken foot, slight fracture in his foot. Tevin Coleman went out of the game, and that's on top of everybody else they have missing. So on the flip side, it sounds like the Packers are going to be getting healthier, so they're going to get some key guys back. One of those games maybe that everybody felt uneasy about, going to San Francisco, a team that advanced to the Super Bowl, great defense, especially on a short week, long road trip. But I think Green Bay pulls it out. It'd be a close game. I think it's going to be a sloppy game. Kyle Shanahan's going to have the guys ready. He's a fantastic coach. But and Nick Mullins, too, no slouch at quarterback.
No, he's
looked pretty good yesterday against the Seahawks. But I just think all the injuries, way too many injuries. And I think the Packers pull it out, go to 6-2, and their ability to avoid back-to-back losses under Matt LaFleur continues into a mini bye. Yes. Ricardo, talk a little bit about the Packers News app, would you?
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app is available, Brett, for iPhone and Android users only.
Yes, thanks again to our sponsors and friends. Again, Olenichik Realty. Mark Olenichik Realty would like to thank Northeast Wisconsin for 40 years of real estate success. Put their success to work for you. Call Mark Olenichik Realty at 920-432-1007. Or again, visit olej.com. Also, Mayfield Sports Marketing, a leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. And our guy, Mike Thiel of Eric Lives Here, for once again allowing us to use his song MVP for our intro and outro themes. One more thing before I give it back to you, Puma, for the final word. I'm going to get this. Rosie, can you get this on display real quick? Maybe get me on the full shot. Okay, there's a picture of what we are giving away. Something new and fun to announce. There we go. You can kind of gauge the size of this beautiful canvas print that signed by Alan Lazard, this season's co-host. Maybe I'll just kind of put it up over here. Ricardo, you can hold it.
I can hold it.
We're going to give it away to one lucky fan at the end of the season, and here's how you can register. Beginning tonight, and through our December 28th show, we will display a keyword during each episode of Clubhouse Live. All you have to do is watch and collect the keywords. Fans who submit the correct list of keywords will be eligible and registered. From there, we'll randomly select the lucky winner, which we'll announce as part of our January 4th show. By the way, our Clubhouse Live colleague, USA Today Network, Wisconsin Photojournalist Dan Powers took that great picture
Beautiful.
of Alan Lazard scoring a touchdown against the Vikings in Week 1. So get your pens and pencils ready, or your iNotebooks, whatever. However,
Am I eligible for this?
No.
By the way? Oh,
But tonight's first keyword is lizard. Lizard. Tonight's keyword is lizard. I don't know if we have that to display on the screen, but mark it down. That's Lazard's nickname, Lizard. So there we go. All right. That's going to be a fun little promotion. And Puma, I'm going to give it back to you for tonight's final word.
Whew. Well, I want to thank you guys for having me on, and I really appreciate you. Always have all these years. So thank you, and all the millions and millions and millions of viewers.
of minions.
Thank you. Yeah, minions. Thank you as well. Here's what I want to touch on. Okay, I talked about how we're probably not going to be able to, honor, commemorate that 2010-11, that Super Bowl season on the field in Lambeau this year in front of all the fans. But man, wouldn't it be nice if we honor them? Okay, there's the ring for you.
There it is.
Look at that. Look at that thing. Wouldn't it be nice if this team, this football team, takes it upon themselves, and Aaron, because he was on that team in 2010, take it upon themselves to honor us with a Super Bowl win of their own, and they will. They will. I guarantee it. I'm calling it now.
Wow.
It's going to be the best way to honor 10 years since by getting their own, and they'll do it every 10 years after, and the Bears will get 0 forever, Ricardo.
Yes. That's definitely a virtual round of
tell you,
applause on that.
that is a heck of a prediction. I'll tell you that.
He's going Joe Namath. He's guaranteeing a Super Bowl championship. Well, Puma, it was great seeing you. Thank you so much for joining us again. We miss you as well. It's always great to see you. Let's hope maybe we can kind of do this on a semi-regular basis, catch up with you. I know you're a fan favorite. And,
Absolutely.
it's very well remembered by
very
the
much so.
Packer fans. They all remember the Puma, Tom Crabtree. So thank you so much, Tom, and we appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Hey, so for the Puma, Ricardo, Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night. Alan Lazard rejoins us for the show as we look back on that big Packers victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Same time, 6:30 p.m., same link, clubhouselive.com. Have a great week, everybody. And Mean Gene, take it away.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go! Green and gold!